me just mention, there's only one of them. This is it. You will not know who signed it. Only you will have the original. Only you will have the original names on it. We have been asked by some chapters who have misplaced them to replace them for you. And the answer is we cannot replace this original charter. We can give you, and the board has agreed on time to time, we give you kind of a duplicate charter that you can then have. It has to be done by board approval and a board vote. Getting a second copy of this is not easy. I suggest you figure out how to get around the longest, put it between glass, and hang on to it.
What we do now is elect new officers. So at this point in time, by the way, many times you elect the interim officers as the chapter officers. You're going to say, what's the difference there? Now as chapter officers, the president actually gets a president's pin that they get to wear, which is a special pin only presidents of chapters can wear. And the other thing is you have the possibility of being considered for delegates for the convention in Philadelphia, which, by the way, everybody says that gets expensive, and the society pays for the airfare for you to attend the convention in Philadelphia. So as a chapter, that's one of the benefits. There's some financial gains as well. And the other beauty is you will be entitled 3 delegates at the convention. Normally they're the officers of the chapter, 3 top officers. And as a first year as a new chapter, you sit up front, which is reserved for new chapters only. After that, the past presidents want to sit up there, and we can try and kick those guys to the back of the room. By the way, I'll be joining the running soon. We always put them in the back. So they always want to sit up front, but you get to sit up front. So at this time, I'll open up the election, or the nominations for president. And I know one, Ricardo's been nominated, and I heard a second. Okay. Anybody else interested in running for a position of president? Any other nominations for president? All right, I'm going to close that. Now we have nominations for vice president technical. And I saw somebody running for vice president technical. And, do I have a second? Okay, so, what's that? So that's Carlos has been nominated for Vice President Technical. Anybody else want to be nominated for Vice President Technical? Okay, I'm going to close the nomination. How's that for you? See, I'm being efficient. I come from the Chicago area. We're efficient. That's where Barack's hometown is. We'll open up for a position of Vice President Legislative. And I understand somebody nominated Melvin to do that, even though he's not here. You see, it's like the military. You don't show up, you get nominated for that. So I heard a second for Melvin. Right? Okay. Anybody else considered for nomination for Vice President Legislative? No. Now we come up to...
I got someone who is here that will be very good in that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And that person is Luis Gonzalez.
Oh. Okay, we have another nomination.
You have already done the job.
And I hear a second back there, right? Okay.
What was the name?
Luis.
I'll give you his card.
Sure.
Yeah. Luis.
And does Melvin want the position, or do you want him?
No, he asked me to give him.
He wants to hang around for membership?
We have another one for membership.
Do we have another one? Well, let's do membership next. Nomination for membership. And I have a nom, and do I have a second for that? Second. Do I have any others running for vice president membership? Okay, now I need treasurer we have down. Carlos, you running for treasurer too? And I hear a second. Many. Ricardo, you can run for administrative secretary, but you know, you're already it as pres. You know, do you want to put your name in for that anyway?
I nominate one, Antonio Lajero.
Oh, okay.
What?
Treasurer.
Yes.
For administrative secretary.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Who's that?
Huh?
Name?
Antonio.
Antonio.
Yeah.
Now that's the minimum officers. There's other positions you can always elect to. It's just in case you're wondering. But those are minimums that we have down. So we only have one contested race that I see at the current time, which is Vice President Legislative. So I'm going to close the nomination unless anybody has any objections. And therefore, I will ask for a consent of all the positions other than Vice President Legislative. All in favor of the slate signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, you guys just got elected. Congratulations.
Okay, thank
Now we have Vice President Legislative. We have two candidates running. You're always entitled to get up and say something if you want to. If you want to say anything, vote for me. Yes? No? And Melvin isn't here. Right?
No. He asked me that he won't be able to continue as.
He doesn't feel he'll be able to continue on?
Yes, because of his job. He's flying too many times.
I know
out
that
of the
feeling.
island. And he asked me
Yeah,
that
I got on my
he will
United
help
flight
us on the
today.
interim chapter to get the charter board.
All right, so we'll do election. Everybody in favor of Luis, raise their hand. Everybody in favor of Melvin. Okay, guess who won? Luis here. All right, so congratulations to all the candidates. It's now my privilege to install your chapter's officers. And you will be the first official board of directors. So I'd ask you to please stand and come forward. By the way, you will go down in the history books, and pretty soon you'll be recorded on the ASPE website too in our history section. We're trying to get all the chapter stuff in there. And you will be listed forever in the histories of ASPE as an officer of the board of directors of the Puerto Rico chapter of the American Society of Plumbing Engineers in accordance with the society bylaws. And do you commit yourself to uphold the principles and carry out the goals of society to the best of your ability? Congratulations, you've all been elected to your respective positions. Special presidential.
Oh.
You get to keep afterwards. So
Es
that's
como la
yours.
declaración de independencia.
Yeah, that's right.
Anybody else here who would like to step
And
forward?
all of you who want to come, I want to thank all of you guys. You know, being a charter member really is special. And I hope you do come back in 40 years, and I hope you invite me back in 40 years. Well, I'm going to be old now.
You'll be old.
Invite me back for the 25th. How's that? You know, that'll work well. You know, who knows? By then I might be joining this chapter because, you know, it's a great place to come and live. So my wife and I have always enjoyed coming down here, and we enjoy your hospitality. You know, you guys are great down here. I love dealing with the engineers down here. I've enjoyed my time dealing with you, Ricardo. And what we do at the end of this is I turn it back over to Stan because I let him give words of wisdom to encourage all of you officers to go forward. I hope to see all of you, as many as possible, in Philadelphia next year.